Today we're reading Choice of Kung Fu because it's not good a demo itself. I'm Nakobun, and I noticed for some reason these text adventures are getting a fair amount of attention on this channel. I don't know if it's my voice. Is it very ASMR? Is it making you tingle? I'm not making fun of it. I just don't know what's doing what here. Or is it just because not many people do much with these games in the first place? I'm kind of curious. Oh, let me know down in the comments, I guess. I mean, I was going to stop doing these, but if people are checking out the videos, let me know why, and I'll do more of that. So I'm here for you. Anyway, this is a text adventure, so you can probably leave this on in the background while I read through. They give you the first two chapters in the demo version. We might get through one. I usually just get through the intro bits just to get a feel for what's going to happen later on. Anyway, let's do this. Become the greatest fighter the world has ever known, harnessing the power of chi to manipulate the energies of the universe. Defeat rivals, find romance, and rise to become the Imperial Champion. Win the right to question the immortal Dragon Sage. The immortal? The immortal Dragon Sage who speaks just once every 100 years. Choice of Kung Fu is a fast-paced, interactive fantasy novel where your choices determine how the story proceeds. The game is entirely text-based, without graphics or sound effects, but powered by the vast, unstoppable power of your imagination. The fate of the Middle Kingdom depends on you. Will you play as male or female, gay or straight? Will you battle against foreign invaders, or will you rise up against the Emperor? What question will you ask the Dragon Sage, the wisest of all creatures? I'd like to know how to get bloodstains on a carpet, because Yahoo Answers is just not doing it for me. But anyway, like I said, we might get a chapter out of this. Let's see what's up. Look out! The noise of battle is distracting, and it takes you almost too long to realize that the warning was shouted to you. An outlaw wearing a blue turban is charging toward you, his long spear leveled at your heart. What will you do? Oh, so they went with the Blue Turban Rebellion. Nice. Was it the Blue Turban Rebellion or the Yellow Turban Rebellion? I don't remember. I didn't play enough Dynasty Warriors, and I'm not that familiar with Chinese history. I apologize. Anyway, so we can stand firm and block. Pounce toward him. I'm leaning towards that. Dart to the side. Oh, this is all your stance. Tiger, leopard, crane, snake. Ooh, actually, I like the distraction move. Yeah, we're going with the distraction with the Raiken. His charge sends him wildly to your right, the perfect distance for your disorienting blow to land. His confusion shows that he's clearly never fought a student of the deceptive dragon style before. With your opponent deterred, but not out of the fight, how do you follow up your attack? Palm heel strike to the chin. Leopard punches. Sweep kick. Wing strike. Alright. Complex pattern hits the face and neck. Ooh, that eye strike's vicious. Death would be senseless and against the Buddha nature. Let's sleeper hold him. He falls limp in your arms, and you set him gently on the ground before rising to see your other foes. The outlaws continue toward you and your fellow students, flashes of blue catching your eye against the greens and browns of the marsh surrounding your path. It is hard to imagine that only moments ago, the 9 of you were making your way back to the Monastery of the Order of the Peach Tree, students on the simple assignment of escorting a wagon load of supplies home. The students have mostly remained on the path where their footing is more certain, but the outlaws appear to have little trouble navigating the wetlands, so they're local. While they fight like untrained peasants, numbers are definitely on their side. It's time to get serious. Drawing on the training you received before entering the Order of the Peach Tree. Really? You prepare your next attack. How will you fight? We got sword. Horseback swording. I'm sorry about reading every attack, but it's quicker this way. Chi-based battling. Release the binding. A long spear. Why change from unarmed style? Let's use our chi. Let's get a little bit of a wizard slizzard going on here. Even your fellow students are aware of the Zhan style, which utilizes what the uninformed consider magic. But you know your power to be from the energies of the universe, which are at your beck and call. You also know that the perception of your abilities can be used against your enemies, and one day, you hope it will inspire your allies. For now, the other students shy away from you, except for Lu Jin. Your primary rival for the place of senior student, who watches you with a wary eye. The battle that follows is hectic. The outlaws have little in the way of skill, but they make up for it in passion. They are determined to have your supplies, despite the clear skill shown by you and your fellow students. Though you are focused on keeping them from trying to kill you, you notice that, as you disable your opponents, that they are skinny, likely the result of being poorly fed. Moral conundrum! You also note that a number of the outlaws are women. Does that surprise you? Nope. I am used to fighting side by side among women, and men and women accomplished in the way of battle. You have had a wonderfully open-minded experience in your training. Luckily for you, the Order of the Peach Tree feels similarly. Are you a man or a woman? Let's go sausage. What is your given name? I like Zihao. Your name means heroic son. Clearly your parents felt you were destined for greatness. What is your family name? Cow. And the none of options usually let you select what you want. Anyway, a fine name. The bandits are quickly losing their resolve to steal your wagon, but they still have numbers on their side. They still have the numbers on their side, but many have fallen, wounded or dead, at your feet. You hear the far-off sound of a whistle, and the bandits begin to disengage, quickly fading back into the marsh. Though you and your fellow students have done a formidable job of holding the bandits, you see that your fellows have taken some injuries as well. What do? Let's learn what's going on. Questions. You pull one of the outlaws to his feet, and in the process realize that the scrawny bandit is no more than 13. Malnourished and weak, it is amazing he is not dead from the beating he received. Alright, so we got admiration for bravery, pity, or furious. Admiration. He seems surprised by your praise, and he holds his head high despite his pain. I must fight well, he says, because no one else will fight for me. He says it almost like a mantra. You ask your questions, and the boy gives you answers he appears to believe are true. The supplies you carry were targeted because they would be useful to the bandits, not because the outlaws wish to offend the Order of the Peach Tree. He does not know how many bandits there are, but he says that almost all that he knows were farmers, forced out of their homes by the foreigners who have been encroaching on the Middle Kingdom. Okay, so it's not even their fault. Let them go. And report them. Okay, I'm going to let them go. Sympathetic decision. Hopefully it will not come back to haunt you. Lu Jin takes a deep breath, as though deciding whether or not to share a thought, before she says, It wasn't like this before the foreigners came. With them eating up resources, and with the Emperor standing by while his people starve and lose their land in these invaders, the people have no hope. Lu Jin's openness is surprising, but what she says amounts to treason. Questioning the Emperor's will so openly will certainly lead her to trouble. Does that trouble start with you? Challenge her immediately. Agree with her non-committally. Agree and discuss, or not interested in politics. I'm not interested in politics. Perhaps the world will take care of itself. As you walk back to the monastery, you take a moment to consider the path that has brought you here. As a child, you were told the stories of the Order of the Peach Tree, a monastery where many great warriors were trained. But it was not just the combat skills that enticed you. Every 100 years, one member of the Order of the Peach Tree is given the honor of consulting the Dragon Sage. That monk may ask a single question of the wise dragon. It is only 30 years until the next monk of the Order of the Peach Tree is selected, and you are determined to be the Order's representative to the dragon. I have to play this game for 30 years? What question drives you towards this goal? How can I become the greatest warrior? How can the Empire return to heaven's favor to fix all the strife? What is the first question? Let's go with a simple question. Why do kites fly? One question in 100 years, and you intend to ask why kites fly? Yes. Surely the Dragon Sage will know that as well. Perhaps best to keep that question to yourself until you are in the dragon's presence. Alright, well I like the setup. I kind of like the fight sequence, even though it's a lot of options all at once. They keep the descriptions short enough that you can go like bip, 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 bip. And combine styles and whatnot. So, we'll go a little into chapter 1 here. A few days after the conflict with the outlaws in the marsh, Abbot Bao Ho sends for you to meet him beneath the peach tree. The tree itself is ancient. You've been told that most peach trees live, at most, 50 years. But this one has grown wide around the trunk and gnarled in the branches. Despite its age, it continues to produce fruit. Some say that this is the peach tree after which the monastery was named, a true immortal tree in the breed of trees that represents immortality. Others believe it to be a descendant of the original peach tree, the result of careful cultivation by the monks who teach you. What do you think? I like this one. It's kind of sciencey. If it's grown from the cuttings of earlier trees, continuation of the line makes it immortal despite its many incarnations. Perhaps you're right. The peach tree's branches extend over a reflection pool. It is normally a very peaceful spot, but now the atmosphere is tense. Abbot Bao stands there with Master Shen, the oldest teacher in the monastery, at his side, and the two men wear identical expressions of concern. Just as you arrive, Lu Jin approaches from the other side. She appears as surprised to see you as you are to see her. Greetings, my senior students, Abbot Bao says in greeting. Lu Jin bows. Do you have training for us today, masters? Always so. Master Shen chuckles. Always so eager for more, Lu Jin. As I recall, at our last bout between the senior students, Cao Zihao gave you a very fine black eye. Lu Jin bares her teeth at you in a smile that is neither humble nor friendly. Unfortunately, my students, this is no simple matter of training, Abbot Bao says, or perhaps it is, but not of our usual devising. You told us of your experience with the bandits along the road to the Order, and I'm afraid it's becoming all too common experience in these interesting times. Too many people of the Middle Kingdom are turning to thieving and banditry to make their ends meet, and too many honest folks are made to suffer. Master Shen grunts, and you think you hear him mutter something about a distinct lack of honest folk, but it is unclear. The abbot continues. Because you have some experience, and because we feel it will be a good test of your readiness to fully join the Order, we have chosen the two of you to lead a group of students to the village of Kuejian, beyond the Baijiang Bridge, to solve trouble locals are having with the bandits. Lu Jin blanches momentarily, but your teachers do not seem to notice. How do you respond to this mission? Honored to be chosen even if I must share it. That's kind of snarky. Alright. Lu Jin's hesitation is an opportunity. Nice. Bao looks surprised and glances at Lu Jin and recognizes his rival's hesitation. I feel it would be best to have both of you on this task, he says slowly, if you are uncertain. No, says Lu Jin. I am ready to do what the Order asks of me. Both Master Shen and Abbot Bao watch Lu Jin with some concern for another moment. Even though you will be going together, it seems you have successfully undermined her position. Kind of curious whether she was hesitating because she knows about the village, like she has ties there, or she's in league with the bandits, or what. This is there's options here. This could go places. There are actually fewer details than you would have expected for this mission. Neither Abbot Bao nor Master Shen knows how many bandits are present near Kuejian. They do know that the center of activity seems to be at Baijiang Bridge, an old stone bridge that remains from the years of the Sun Dynasty, when an army marched across it 5 horses at a time, or so legends say. Kuejian, which sits in the shadow of a huge turtle-like karst hill in the foothills of the Yellow Mountains, is a small village, but with important enough history, and pleasant enough weather, that the governor of the province keeps his summer home there. Governor Wrong is disinclined to ask the Emperor to help combat the problem directly. You gather from Master Shen's muttered commentary that this would make it look as though he cannot solve the problems of his own district. Instead, he has asked the Order of the Peach Tree for aid, and given the importance of the trade that flows across the Baijiang Bridge, and the Order's dedication as protectors of the people of the Middle Kingdom, the abbot has agreed. Of course, should you and Lu Jin fail to quell the problem, more important resources than students will have to be expended, either by the Order or by the Emperor. So you're saying we're disposable. That's reassuring. This would bring dishonor to everyone. You, the Order, Governor Wrong, the Emperor, possibly the Emperor himself, and the Emperor's dog, and his concubines, and their mother's cousin's brother's roommate. In the face of the foreigners at his court, Abbot Bao tells you the names of his students, of the students he expects to accompany you. Several of them were present when the bandits attacked. You are to ready your equipment and leave in the morning. So we can go just meditate or talk to Lu Jin, although she's going to be super pissed that I undermined her already. I don't know, it's a neat setup. And I'm guessing the problems escalate greater and greater as you go along, and you can eventually run into the foreigners that are starting this mess, or maybe even collaborate with some of them. It'd be kind of interesting to see how deep it goes. If you saw the price at the front there, it's $4 I think on Steam. I'll link the demo page, which I think is also the regular store page for the game, in the info section, and you can check it out if this seems to be your jam. But again, yeah, let me know what about these, those of you who are enjoying these are enjoying, so I can do more of that and keep this up. I was thinking of getting some full versions and doing a little draw along, like reading the audio, and then doing crappy doodles on my tablet. I'm not I'm not a practiced artist, let's put it that way. And I only got so far in high school, and it's been a long time since high school, but I think it'd be fun to try and live draw everything and just speed it up to match each page. Anyway, Choice of Kung Fu by Alana Jolie Abbott. Check it out. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments, and consider subscribing so you get videos like this on the regular. I put up a lot of stuff every day. If you help me out on Patreon using the link in the upper corner, you can help me put out even more. You can also check me out on Twitter with the username on the lower right, or swing by my website, negabun.com, for all sorts of content, written, video, and otherwise, that I do regarding gaming.